All right, well, it's Friday morning. I'm not at work. It's very strange. So anyway, you guys. So, road trip bound. Like I said, we're going to head out to Saskatoon, which is a 1,000-mile round trip. Twofold. I want to go check my buddy Josh, 55 Chevy, get ready for Miles of Mayhem. Well, threefold. It's a threefer. Test this thing out. Man, this thing is loaded down. Oh, the third thing. I bought 2 cars. I'm all over the place today. It's been a busy week. I bought 2 cars, so I'm gonna go check those out and see if there's a way we can. I'd like to drive them back, but they might be a little far apart later in the summer. So we'll check those out. Maybe a video on that and this thing. So I put cardboard under the transmission and the rear end. I think they're all kind of taken care of. Stopped leaking. Filled the tranny oil up. Coolant was good. Oil was good. This thing is loaded down with stuff. I got oil. I got tools. I got whatever I could think of, spare parts. The trunk's full. Spare tire. I went to Canadian Tire and just bought whatever was on sale. So we got screwdrivers, pliers, a socket, wrench set, jerry can. I got a little jack, which actually I used yesterday. It didn't have quite enough lift, but it is quite light. So I got some blocks of wood, a little air compressor, a little, I was thinking about it. I bought these. Little tire patch kit. What else I got in here? Well, I can live without. So it's actually not too bad. I got a little jerry can. Hopefully that'll fit. Hopefully that'll fit. What's going on here? Okay, we'll have to massage that. And there's still travel in the back, so that's good. I don't think we'll bottom out too bad on the highway. And yeah. I'll see you on the road. Well, first gas stop, 180 miles in, not too bad. Car's running pretty good. It runs like 192 on the highway, the temperature like all day long. Pulling into town, had a little bit of traffic, and it got up to like 198. So I think the fan's not quite as good. Maybe it's obviously got a bit of a flow issue. We'll see. And yeah, we got 16 miles to the gallon. I did the math. Seems to be cruising pretty good, so I'm pretty impressed with this thing so far. So we still got a long ways to go. We're not quite a third back on the highway, not quite a third of the way in yet. Man, I got stuff everywhere in this hot rod. Runs down the road good. A few little wind noises, but doesn't have too many rattles, as you can kind of see. Hopefully you can hear that, I guess. But yeah, I'm gonna keep jamming. Maybe I'll see you guys at the next fuel stop. I want to, there's a speed shop in Regina, which is a little past the halfway mark. I want to pop in there, see what those guys are up to, and just keep putting on the miles. It's starting to get a little warm out, so we'll test the cooling system. We're cruising at, right now is about 2,700 RPM. That's 65 mile an hour. Seems to like it. For a while there, I was kind of losing track of traffic or RPM, and we were really giving her. We were going like 3 grand. Didn't skip a beat. All right, let's give her. 6 hours into the trip. Car's doing pretty good. It runs like 192 consistent on the highway. We get a little bit of traffic up to like 198, but it hasn't yacked. Anyways, I came here to visit my new friends, Queen City Performance in Regina. Jason, the owner, he helped me out and gave me a bunch of stuff, mufflers and cutouts when we did the giveaway 57. So anyways, I want to do a little shop tour. So look at everything you need. Regina. I should grab some of that. And of course I had to buy a few things. So I got an electric cooling fan, a thin one I can put on the backside, tachometer because I'm tired of looking at the Holly thing, and he hooked me up a couple shirts and some stickers. So it's cool here. In the front is a parts area, which let's be honest, we gotta wait for the music here. But in the back, true hot rod shop. Look at all this stuff they got. This is pretty cool back here. Unfortunately, we can't Gotta keep going, I got the radio on. And this is his daily driver. 72 Chevelle wagon. This thing's neat. I dig it. This is what he daily drives. If you want a hot rod shop, you drive this and you have that in the back. You gotta come visit these guys. Anyways, I'm gonna grab some fuel, get a snack, and I think I'm 2.5, 3 hours away from Saskatoon. Car's doing good. 500 miles. This thing made it. Definitely sits a little low in the back. I actually like how it sits, but it cuts full of spare parts. So we're at my buddy Josh's place. This thing went flawlessly. I was doing a little bit of filming, but at the end of the day, it was so loud inside you couldn't hear much. And the road trip went smoothly. Who wants to see a smooth road trip? A bunch of gas stops, 2 snacks. We made her. So Josh is the guy we went with last year, Miles of Mayhem. This is his junk. He's got a 68 Cornet here. But the main reason we're here, well, there, and I want to get a couple of my cars. So this is his 55 Chevy, and he just picked up this motor for it, which, well, there's some confusion. So it's some sort of fancy, I don't know. There's a bunch of camshafts in it. So he's all obsessed with it. So I think what we're going to do, he's got one in here kind of set up to see how it's going to fit. And we might go 3 wide in this thing today, or this year. So we're kind of gonna make a bit of a game plan, and I get to do the fun stuff, help him unload the motor, you know, set it all up, do all this stuff, and then I'm just gonna leave. Well, he does it all, so we have 2 months to get this all figured out, and he's hard work. All right, so we got the fancy motor, scatter cylinder transmission out, and we're contemplating how we're gonna put this all together. Because Josh took me out for a nice romantic $33 meal. It was actually really good. And yeah, I'm gonna work for it. But we're gonna put this together and set it in the car tonight before it's nap time. But we didn't have any metric hardware, and then we thought, well, we have a metric bolt in right here, so we're gonna pull this motor out and start scavenging parts off it. Hopefully.
We might be able to get one of the bolts off it, dude. I think it's more or less the same. We could just put that intake on this motor and just not fuck around with that.
Okay, so we got the new motor, transmission, all that together, just barely bolted together. We're taking these fancy headers off, just throw them right in the garbage, and then see if how it's gonna fit in here. Because our big concern, tentative plan is we're gonna run 3 wide in this thing with peg. We gotta put a bench seat in it and figure out what we're gonna do with the shifter and just how it's gonna sit in there. We know the steering box isn't gonna work, so it's gonna have to be front mount or do something different there, but let's be honest, it has to sit in there. We have to see it set back, and then it's bedtime. Man, drove 9 hours, put a Ford motor in a Chevy. What a weird day. All right, let's get this thing in there. Morning. It's 7 o'clock or so the next morning. Old Josh had to go for work. So that's where we left it last night. I think we just kind of shut her down in some fast motion, but the motor's in. We're gonna screw around a little bit with it today, kind of hang the chains on the front, put a floor jack under the back, level it, see what we gotta do for mounts. That's kind of where I'm gonna leave it, and he's gonna kind of take over. Just kind of help on muscle it in, kind of brainstorming what's the plan today, or this trip, I guess. Anyway, this old hot rod. So, while he's at work, I want to put the new low profile fan on the back, see if that makes any difference. I want to hook up a tachometer, which I picked up yesterday. And, because what I just did is I taped the little Holly mechanism, so you can kind of see all the gauges and all that. So we got to figure something out a little better with that. Also, it was a mad scramble to get packed and roll. And this thing, it's sitting a little low in the back, all loaded down. So I have gas in there, I have all sorts of things. I'm gonna unpack it. Clearly I don't need the jerry can. I was just kind of panicked. I just overthought this trip a little bit, but now we've made it. I have no worries. So we're gonna take it all apart, let it sit cool. There's actually a car show today in town, which is kind of cool. We're gonna go see that. Hopefully check out those hot rods, and I don't know where we're gonna end this up, but we'll get it all back together for road trip home. So we'll do video here, road trip, look at the cars, video home. Well, it's always at the end of the trip when you haven't, well, middle of the trip, when you haven't used anything, you feel like you brought too much. So, car's sitting a lot happier. Anyway, so what we're gonna do now is get this low pro fan, and you can see how much thinner it is than the one that's on there, hopefully. So I can put it on the backside. Now, I don't know why, but apparently a fan on the backside being a puller versus a pusher is the way to go. Now, I don't know what the difference is. Like, these are S blades. I know the straight blade ones they're louder and put more CFM through. I think this was 2800. I don't even know what this one was. I don't know where it came from or anything about it, but we'll try it. So when I put my hand behind the rad, I just don't feel like it's really giving her, but yeah. A little bit tight for real estate here, but I'd like to get this together, see if it makes any difference. Again, it didn't overheat by any means. It ran quite well, but southern temperatures, something I'm not used to. So I want to be, that's my only concern is the cooling system. Mind you, I mean, it is an aluminum Tri-5 rad with a bone stock LS. I'm not the first guy to do this, so it should be just fine. So I'm going to snip this one off, put this one back on, and, well, wire it up, see what the difference is. Okay, so I'm messing around with the car here. I don't think you can hear Josh out there, but so I got the tack hooked up. I'm actually just right now working on a little accessory, little 12-volt cigarette lighter style things, like charge my phone or whatever. So we're gonna get that all plumbed up in there. We got a heck of a mess. But anyways, I got everything working. Well, I'll show you. So, yeah, I'm just spinning you guys here. But you see the tack gave its a little move, so we're good on that. The fan, when you hear it, stupid Josh, but it works. Everything's good there. He comes over and he's like, oh, you need cup holders. So now, I don't know what he's doing over there, but he's cutting up scrap and he's gonna make me a couple of cup holders. What a good guy, roadkill style, he said. All right, well, there's actually a little car show in town. We're gonna head down to that. Tack's working, look at that. Cup holder, mint, and what else do we do? Oh yeah, charger, mint, and then the fan. So, we'll drive down to the car show. We'll do a little walk around there. It's for the local fire department. And I might just park here real quick and then I'll bail. We're gonna get something to eat, and then the video's ending because we're going to, oh, I almost said what it was. We're gonna go pick up a couple of cars. So we're back. They're playing a bunch of music in town, so we can't risk it too much. This is the main reason I'm here. My buddy Josh, he's got a dually Ford. This giant trailer he's bought, honky tonk and fancy. I think he's had one thing on it. So of course we're naturally going to fill up with a bunch of crappy cars. So my plan, we got to get this trailer all dialed together. Then we're going to, it needs a winch and a few things like that put on. Then we're gonna go pick the cars up in the next video. I kind of want to, we're gonna bring them here, and I think I might try and do like a revive and drive them home maybe later on in the summer. So we'll get the winch on this thing and finish off the video, and then oh man, I'm excited for the next one. Just like that, we're off. You guys always say I need a trailer. The trick is you need friends with trailers. Next video is gonna be a good one. See you in a bit. Wow. You always know there's gonna be good stuff when you're in the middle of nowhere, Saskatchewan, and you gotta buy 2 cars to make 1 car. So I bought 2 cars, all the parts to build them, all sorts of stuff, but they are rough. So a 67 and a 68